logiche neurali, gli eventi raccontati dall'intelligenza artificiale.
Migrants, at least 68 deaths in shipwreck off the coast of Yemen. At least 68 migrants have lost their lives in a shipwreck off the coast of Yemen. The IOM, the International Organization for Migration, has reported that only 12 people out of the 157 on board were rescued. The incident occurred in an area where migrants attempt to reach Saudi Arabia or other countries in the region. The situation is dramatic and highlights the risks migrants face during these journeys. The IOM has expressed concern for the safety and health of those on board, and has called on local authorities to intervene to save the survivors and prevent further incidents. The tragedy underscores the importance of finding lasting solutions to help migrants in distress. Dear price of books, backpacks and notebooks for the new school year. 600 to 800 euros per family. The middle class is in difficulty. The cost for buying books, backpacks and notebooks for the new school year is increasing, with a total price around 600 to 800 euros per family. The prices of books are increasing by 1.7% for primary school and 1.8% for secondary school, in line with inflation. Families also have to face the cost of the school supplies, which includes pencil cases, pens, notebooks, crayons, and other materials. This increase in cost worries the middle class, which finds itself having to spend more and more to send their children to school. The article highlights how this situation can put many families in difficulty who are already struggling with daily expenses. Brazil no longer depends on the United States, building relationships with the entire world. The Brazilian president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, has declared that Brazil no longer depends on the United States and is building relationships with the entire world. He has emphasized that the country has many more economic opportunities today than in the past. These words are spoken at a time when Brazil is trying to strengthen its global position, reducing dependence on traditional powers. The goal is to promote economic growth and stability through new agreements and international collaborations. Lula has expressed confidence in Brazil's future, emphasizing the country's potential to develop independently and sustainably. U.S. nuclear subs realigned arrive in the designated region. 2 U.S. nuclear subs moved into a designated zone have arrived in the indicated region. President of the United States, Donald Trump, declared in an interview with Newsmax that the subs would be moved closer to Russia. The action is seen as a gesture of deterrence, aimed at strengthening the strategic presence of the United States in the Baltic Sea. The move has been met with concern by many European countries, which fear an increase in tension with Russia. Nuclear subs are armed with ballistic missiles and can represent a nuclear deterrent weapon. The decision to move them is seen as a show of strength by the United States at a time when relations with Russia are particularly tense. Russia has expressed concern over this move, stating that it could lead to an increase in the risk of conflict. Haiti, a missionary and a disabled 3-year-old child have been kidnapped. Haiti. A missionary and a disabled 3-year-old child have been kidnapped along with 7 other people from an orphanage. The incident has caused concern and alarm among the local community and international organizations working in the country. The kidnapped individuals have disappeared without a trace, creating a climate of tension and uncertainty. Haitian authorities are trying to identify the perpetrators and implement security measures to protect minors and social workers. The event has highlighted the fragility of security in some areas of the country, where violence and poverty persist. The religious mission was present at the orphanage to offer support and assistance to the children. The disappearance of these people has caused reactions of shock and worry, with many families and volunteers wondering about the fate of the kidnapped individuals. The situation requires a rapid and coordinated intervention to ensure the safety and protection of all. Opinion: Trump turns his back on Venezuela. Trump revoked Chevron's license to operate in Venezuela, but then reinstated it discreetly. This action reflects an ambiguous and contradictory stance towards Maduro's regime. The U.S. president acted impulsively, demonstrating a lack of consistency in his policy. The decision to reinstate the license might be motivated by economic interests or international pressures. In any case, this situation highlights the complexity of the relations between the United States and Venezuela, where foreign policy seems to be driven by variable factors and not always by clear principles. The Houthis claim to have attacked 3 targets in Israel. According to the Houthis spokesperson, the attacks hit two military installations in Tel Aviv and Ashkelon, as well as the port of Haifa. The attacks were carried out with missiles. Israeli forces reported having neutralized the missiles before they reached their target. There have been no official statements from Israel regarding any casualties or damage. The attacks represent an increase in tension in the region and could influence international relations. The situation remains under observation by many countries and organizations. The Gaza march is endless. Hundreds of thousands of people invade the Harbour Bridge in Sydney. Video: hundreds of thousands of people have gathered in Sydney for a demonstration in support of the Palestinian people, blocking traffic and invading the Harbour Bridge. The event, described by organizers as historic, took place on August 3rd despite the police having tried to ban it. The protest is part of a global movement to support the Palestinian cause, with participants coming from different parts of the world. The scene is characterized by strong commitment and a strong sense of emotion, with thousands of people joining to express solidarity and protest. The demonstration has caused strong reactions and has represented an important moment for the movement for justice and peace. Ukraine, bribes in exchange for the purchase of drones at inflated prices with state funds. A parliamentarian has also been arrested. Ukraine has been involved in an important corruption case where some people accepted bribes to purchase military drones at higher prices using state funds. Anti-corruption agencies, the National Anti-Corruption Bureau, NABU, and the Special Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office, SAPO, have revealed this scheme. Among those arrested is also a parliamentarian. This case highlights how public funds can be abused to obtain personal benefits, damaging the integrity and transparency of the political and military systems. Authorities are investigating to clarify all the details and punish those who participated in this illegal activity. Since April, the U.S. has collected $152 billion in tariffs, but prices are rising. The text of the agreement with the EU is still uncertain. The United States has collected $152 billion in tariffs since April, but prices continue to rise. There is still no shared text of the agreement between the United States and the European Union, which remains under discussion. In Brussels, there is concern about the uncertainty, and many believe that the agreement does not bring concrete benefits. The agreement announced by Donald Trump and Ursula von der Leyen has not yet yielded tangible results. Israel bombs the Palestinian Red Crescent headquarters. The Red Cross spreads the video. Intolerable: Israel has bombed the Palestinian Red Crescent headquarters in Khan Younis, causing the death of an employee and injuring 3 others. The Italian Red Cross expressed sorrow and condemnation, calling the act intolerable. The president of the Red Cross, Rosario Valastro, expressed concern for the safety of the organization's members and called for greater protection for those working in conflict zones. The incident has sparked international reactions, with concerns about the respect for humanitarian principles. The Red Crescent, an organization that provides aid in emergencies, reported that the attack has put its operations at risk and has raised concerns about the safety of its members. The incident has once again ignited the debate on the respect for international law rules in the Middle East.